Hello, I am Peter Hodgson and I am doing this documentary to investigate what happens to our plastic after it's thrown away. Who is cleaning our beaches and our oceans, and what is being done to prevent our wildlife being harmed by plastic.
Quite frequently, so you can see it's
Wow,
nylon line.
What else is being done to address the problem of plastic waste and the excess of plastic packaging? I will also be looking into what plastic-free alternative products are available, which will help prevent plastic waste from suffocating our environment and hopefully leave future generations with an inhabitable home. Throughout this documentary, I'll be embarking on a journey from using all plastic products and not recycling to using plastic-free products and recycling as much as possible. I'm also going to be looking into beach cleanups and the volunteers behind them. Today, I'm in Rossall Beach. Let's see what we can find.
So we've been doing this every 4 weeks for the last 11 years. So we were the first group on the Fylde coast that was doing this.
Wow.
Long time before David Attenborough.
Yeah, long time, yeah.
Long time before Blue Planet.
Right. And is it getting better or worse?
Definitely better. I
Better?
mean, we've just been saying it, when in the early days when we started, we were fetching 2 of those big blue sacks off each when we did a beach clean like this, and now you're struggling to actually find anything.
Okay.
So we've seen about difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there's more to be done, hence why you're here.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a cumulative effect because when we started doing this, nobody had been doing any beach cleaning. I mean, this beach, you just once I sat on it, it was just filthy, which is why we started doing what we were doing. But we've been doing this every month. We've got an army of people that borrow all the gear and they go out picking when they want to do under their own steam. We call them lone beach cleaners. But also as well, the public are getting into the habit of when they walk past rubbish, picking it up and putting it in the bin instead of just thinking it's somebody else's job.
Ah, okay.
So there might still be the same amount of rubbish, but we're just not quantifying it in the same way that we did before.
I think that's really important, actually. So what kind of things are you finding?
Oh God, everything. Somebody's just fetched a plastic stick off about so long, and we worked out that it's the bit of an arrow. So you put the flight in one end and the weight on the other, and oh, really?
And that's not been left by a beachgoer, has it?
No. I mean, who knows where they come from. We've found lead weights in a fishing hook, which are quite vicious. I've got the fishing hook up there if you want to look at it. There's just pieces of unidentified plastic galore. It's usually sort of about that shape and size.
Yeah.
And you just can't tell what it is. It's obviously been packaging. The brittle stuff that, like if you buy, for example, a punnet of strawberries and it's wrapped in a plastic brittle bag.
The crunchy stuff.
Yeah, the crunchy stuff. It's that kind of stuff that we tend to pick up mostly. Things like crisp bags and just all the junk that people drop when they're walking about. Because obviously somewhere like this, you can end up with rubbish from the town centre or from the surrounding streets. Bin day, and they empty the bins, and the litter blows out, and it potentially ends up in the beach. So it's not all about people deliberately dropping stuff. Yeah.
And what are your feelings about the supermarkets and the packaging they're using?
They're a nightmare. And until, I shop every week for my family. And you're between a rock and a hard place, because if, as much as you would like to reduce the amount of plastic that you buy in order to eat, you can't, because it's just on everything. So this is the kind of stuff that we pick up quite frequently. So you can see it's nylon line. Which obviously, imagine that you're a bird and you get that round your neck and you start wiggling about and you pull it tight, and before you know where you are, you're throttled.
Yeah.
It's not sort of bits of plasticky stuff, but the really vicious bit about it is the hooks.
Yeah.
And I'd pick some other plastic up while I was picking that up, and just even kind of catching your finger on it, it's really, really sharp, and dogs and things pick them up and come off the beach with them in the lips. But, more vitally, if that's connected to a fish, then you know, Mr. Porpoise comes along and eats the fish and gets the hook as a booby prize.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it causes internal injuries and off pops your porpoise. You know, we've got loads of pictures of animals that have been murdered by this kind of junk.
Just littering.
It's littering. And I don't have a problem with people fishing and using the beach because this is a really popular beach for fishing matches.
They are working hard to clear their beach of plastic waste. This hard work is not just going on here, but across the UK coastline. As we can see, plastic has really invaded the home. I'm going to have a little dip through the bin, see what plastic's in there, what can be recycled and what can't. Okay, let's see what we've got. So, these are fairly easy. You've got your drinks bottles. I know the council will take those. I know I can put those in the wheelie bin. What I'm not sure about is the lids. I take them off and throw them in the normal bin. I don't know if that's causing problems or is the right thing to do. So those are fairly straightforward. Milk included, easy, top off as far as I know. What I'm not sure about is things like this. I've heard different things. I've got a friend who lives close, a few miles away, but I know his council won't take anything like this. They won't take yoghurt pots. They won't take. I'm not really sure. They're just things. There are things they won't take. The lids as well. Again, not too sure myself. I throw them in the normal waste. What else? This. It feels like plastic. I just don't know. And finally, I've got these, which you can kind of tell it's the same material as the milk bottle. And lo and behold, I'll use this one so the water doesn't fall out. We have a number 2 in a tiny triangle. I can barely see it. Tiny triangle, you got that? And the milk bottle, you can see why it's hard. I can't see anything. A number 2 in a triangle. This one says HDPE underneath it. It looks like hope. I'm not entirely sure we have got any hope. This one says PE HD under it. So that tells me, what does it tell me, Mark?
It's commonly recycled.
Commonly recycled. As far as I know, 1, 2 and 5 are commonly recycled. That's the information we've managed to gather on what can be recycled and what can't. The others are uncommonly recycled or not recycled.
Almost never.
Almost never, sorry. The producer's just corrected me. So yeah, it's not exactly straightforward. It also varies depending what area you're living in. So it's hard to actually get help or advice from someone. My other concern is that by putting the wrong thing in the wrong bin, we're going to contaminate the whole process. We're going to cause more damage by making mistakes. So then to be extra safe, you end up just throwing it in the normal rubbish, which obviously isn't recycling, but you're worried about contaminating the other recycling. So it's not exactly straightforward. So, as we can see, our houses are full of plastic. Some of it we don't even need, and a lot of it may be unrecyclable. Most of it can be found in the kitchen, mainly cleaning wipes and cleaning products, such as your oven cleaner, bleach, washing powder, and dishwasher tabs. The next room that has been invaded and dominated by plastic is the bathroom. Shampoos, bubble bath, shower gels, toothpaste, a myriad of products. So, some of these, big problem, wipes, single-use plastic products, used once and thrown away, all for convenience.
90% plastic as well.
90% plastic as well. Now, here we go, packaging. This stuff is notorious for its crunchy sound. We know it can't be recycled. So many products, including fruit and vegetable, are actually packed and wrapped and transported in this material. Once again, it's not quite single use, but it's not far off. It's a synthetic plastic material and it will be thrown away and unrecyclable. It's all for cleaning, it's all for convenience. Just a little point to make. I'm not sure if all these products actually need to be in plastic. You can use cardboard boxes for these. We've got a lot of engineering and plastic going into this tub, so much so I can't actually get it off. That is a lot of plastic. None of it's recyclable. Just these little liquid tabs, once again, in plastic. A note to make about Finish. They have widely recyclable on the side of their tub. Okay, they're making it easy to know whether a product is recyclable or not. It's actually got some information there and it's easy to see. Vanish, they've done the same. Widely recyclable. This is what's useful for consumers like myself. We need to know whether something can be recycled or not, so then we can recycle it. Fairy, not quite done the same. They've got a white triangle. Where's it gone? It's somewhere over here. It's here. It's camouflaged. Okay. And typical toothpaste. Once again, not entirely sure what to do with these. Should we see if we can find out on the back of the packet? I don't know what any of that means. There's some symbols there. Once again, don't know, it's probably going in the bin.
Dumbfounded by the mesmerising amount of plastic I discovered to be in the majority of households. I feel that I need to act and investigate what can be recycled.
So I've emailed Northenden, Knutsford and Macclesfield recycling centres. I'm hoping to get a tour around them, Winsford as well. In 2018, WRAP, the Waste and Resources Action Programme, started an initiative to tackle the UK's plastic problem. Now, their aim is that by 2025, all plastic will be either reusable, recyclable or compostable. I'm here at the Winsford Recycling Centre that does all the recycling for Cheshire West and Chester to talk to some of their employees and see all the good work that they do.
Can you explain what your job title is here? A bit about yourself.
Yeah, I work for Cheshire West and Chester Council. I've got a really nice job actually, working trying to change the behaviour of our residents to reduce the amount of waste they produce and to reuse everything that they can and to recycle the rest.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So do you think enough's been done by the public to recycle?
I think we're finding that the public are changing their behaviours towards plastic specifically. They're reducing the amount of plastic that they're buying and they're going for more durable plastic items such as reusable bottles, you know, when they're on the go, and coffee cups and sandwich boxes, and also, you know, their cloth bags when they go shopping.
So, plastic's very much in the media at the moment and in the public's mind. You've had your documentaries like Blue Planet, The War on Plastic. Do you think that's helping change public opinion on plastic?
Yeah, I do actually. We do get quite a few phone calls about plastic, you know, what we do about it, where it goes to, whether we keep it in this country. You know, people are very much aware and want us to do the right thing, which we do in Cheshire West and Chester. What I can say is that we've had a 39% increase in recycling of plastic items in the borough since 2013. Yeah, that is a lot. We do really well, but we also recycle a wide range of plastics. But, you know, plastic production has increased. It's not all bad plastic. We do rely on plastic quite a lot, and some good things are made out of plastic.
Okay, so if it's okay with you, Liz, I'm going to root through some of these things.
Yes, yeah.
And you're going to tell us what can and can't be recycled, because we've been struggling on my journey to try and reduce plastic waste. What can and can't be recycled?
Okay, so I think it's important to say that not every council does their recycling in the same way as we do here. We have a curbside recycling sort system, so the guys, if there's anything in there that can't be recycled, they will leave a note for the resident so the resident knows to put it in the right box, or it has to go into their black bin, which is for waste that can't be recycled. So we have got a pretty good scheme, and it's teaching our
it's educating, isn't it?
As we go along as well. So so let's pick a few things out. So the things that we can recycle are things like plastic bottles. So we've got a nice bubble bath here, a pop bottle. They can be recycled. Water, obviously.
Lids.
So any bottles with lids. To fit more in your box, we encourage residents to squeeze the bottle with all the air out, put the lid back on so that you can fit more plastics, because as we know, plastics are very bulky. Other things that we can recycle, I should say, are plastic tubs, so like your margarine, your ice cream, kind of tubs, your cream cheese, spread cheese.
Now that I've seen firsthand how plastic is damaging our environment, I need to find out what's being done to come up with plastic-free alternative products. I began searching to see what plastic-free alternative products are out there and who was selling them. So, I managed to find a shop called Day Zero in Buxton, Derbyshire. Now, Day Zero is a plastic-free shop, it has zero waste, and the idea is they offer package-free shopping. This looks really interesting, and I think we're going to go and give them a visit. Right, I've had to travel some distance, but I've actually found a zero waste plastic shop. It's called Day Zero. We're going to go and see what they do. Right, I'm at Day Zero. This is Mark Day, the owner and founder. Can you tell me a little bit about your shop, when it was started and what made you start it?
Sure. So we started in December last year. So the 1st of December last year we opened. And it came about for a couple of reasons. We ourselves were on a bit of a journey, made lots of little changes at home over the last 2 or 3 years to make switches and try and cut down on waste. We also really wanted to try and cut down on food packaging in the shopping that we were buying week to week, and we couldn't do that really easily. We managed to tackle fruit and veg, get our fruit and veg from the local market unpackaged, but what was really frustrating was the lack of options to get the rest of what we bought.
What sort of products have you got, and what are the big sellers?
So there's all the dry goods, there's also cleaning products that we do, so they're all downstairs, and we have a refill area for things like liquid shampoo and conditioner and shower gels, but lots of household cleaning products like washing up liquid and laundry liquid and that sort of thing as well.
Brilliant.
And then there's a whole load of replacements for single-use items. So instead of using disposable razors, we sell safety razors. So you're not chucking a plastic razor away after every few uses. There's things like shampoo bars and conditioner bars, solid bars that people use instead of buying a plastic.
Seems really
bowl.
simple, the shampoo bar, same soap bar.
Yeah, they're really popular. We've seen a real demand for those. Yeah, there's lots of things.
Tell us quickly.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff. So we, things like coffee. We sell coffee beans. We've got nuts and dried fruit and cereals and grains and pasta and rice. So herbs and spices, quite a lot of them as well down there. Flour. Yeah, lots of kind of staples. We try to get as many staple items that people want at home.
Vinegars and oils. Soy sauce.
Yeah. There's a lot of different stuff. We've tried in a small shop to fit in as much as we can, Yeah.
I'm going to ask you really what your opinion is on the public's passion or even just awareness of plastic waste issues, because we've had a lot of things like Blue Planet with David Attenborough, Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall with his War on Plastic. Is the public's awareness and interest and possibly even a passion rate being raised?
Yeah, definitely. Those sort of key points in the last couple of years where there have been major television coverage for issues has done a massive amount to heighten people's awareness. I think it's made certain issues visible that were invisible, and there's a lot of that goes on with environmental issues and climate change. We have a lot of issues that are in our day-to-day lives, through no fault of our own, are hidden from us. In the purchases that we make, we don't see the effects that it might be having elsewhere.
it feels really good walking out the shop just with the thing you need already, rather than coming out the shop and taking bits off and throwing it in the bin. Or normally what I do is I get home and I'm really obsessive. I get home and I rip all of it apart, so I've only got the thing I need plus enough packaging just in case I have to take it back.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't mind.
Yeah,
For me, that one.
these are. I mean, they're good swaps.
Yeah.
They're good swaps to make things like that as well. They're exactly the sort of thing that we talk about, and they've been really popular, the razors as well.
Nice Rob, take care. Okay, I've got my tube-free toothpaste. Comes in a tablet form. I got it from Day Zero, really cheap. Apparently you chew it and then you brush your teeth. Beautiful. That was easy.
How is it?
It's good. Yeah.
Tell me if it works. It's just as normal.
Tastes like toothpaste. Feels like I brush my teeth. It's dead easy. I don't really know why we haven't always done it like this. And I've got my nice fancy looking razor. Got this from Day Zero. You replace the blades and no more plastic ugly ones lying around. On my journey, I've been really impressed with the way the public have responded to our issue of plastic. This plastic is killing the world, and we know that through documentaries like Blue Planet. We've seen the problems it's causing and something has to be done about it. But what I've learnt most is the power of the individual. I do have the power to change things. When we went to Day Zero, we saw how my choices can really affect how much waste I produce. There are options out there for people that want to reduce plastic waste, and there are like-minded people all wanting the same things. Some councils, like Cheshire West, are doing an amazing job. They're collecting things curbside that normally you have to take to the tip. Your old mobile phones, clothes. It's a really good recycling centre, and they're also educating people. They're bringing school classes into the recycling centre and showing them how important it is. It's really empowering. What does need to change though is the councils all need to be doing the same thing, because it creates confusion. Okay, we can't have one town recycling yoghurt pots and the other town not doing it. It creates a sense of helplessness. With continued research, all plastic could potentially be recyclable and single-use plastic could be eliminated. This is the direction we need to go in, really. If you want to save this, it's the only choice we have.